Okay, here we are back again at the Houston Downtown YMCA. We're ready to witness the finals of the Women's Open Singles Championships. We've got two great players here today. Serving will be Rosemary Bellini from New York City. She is the former national champion. And receiving service, we have Gloria Ann, or as she loves to be known as Peanut, Motal from San Francisco, California, the defending champion. 0 serving 0.
In women's handball, Fred, they use a family ball?
Yeah, this is the family ball that they're playing with. It's the same size as the regular men's handball, but it's a little bit softer. Here we have a side out. Score is 0 serving 0. Again, both players look a little tight at this point.
When you're playing for a national championship, Fred, when should you get rid of those nerves, those kind of nervous tension in the beginning of the match? How long should it be?
Well, hopefully not more than 5 points. That should give you enough time to work up a good sweat. Hit the ball around a little bit, get to run around and loosen up. Make a few shots, start feeling good about your game, and you start developing a little confidence. We have a ceiling shot that was a little too tough for Rosemary to handle off the back wall with a left hand, and the score is 1 serving 0. I think the strategy here for both players is to keep the ball back in the left-hand corner as much as possible. That seems to be the weakness. Those are the toughest shots for the gals to return.
So the overhand left back up to the ceiling and just back completely is the toughest shot.
Right. 2 serving 0. That's another point. 3 serving 0.
Who's the favorite in this match, Fred?
Oh, I don't know. This is kind of a pick-em match. Rosemary, of course, is such a tough competitor. So is Peanut, and I know both of these gals have been looking forward to meeting each other. Okay, we've moved along here. The score is 7 serving 0. So far, Peanut has had the most success keeping the ball back in that left-hand corner.
Looks like Peanut really helped. Her left hand looks a lot better than in the last couple of years.
Nice shot. Good try. Yeah, I know she's worked on it a lot, and she's got a real good natural stroke with it. She's developed a lot of power. Let's see what Rosemary does here with this lob serve. And a little bit too far away from the side wall. The ball cracked out on the right side, and that's her first point.
Now, it's a little different in women's competition because of the ball and not having the same kind of velocity on it. So the strategy would have to be more in court positioning, keeping the opponent deeper.
That's true. Oh, looks like she held back a little bit on that shot. She's got to make those. 7 serving 1.
Get it back, get it back.
Peanut going to a Z serve. Rosemary is very strong overhand and also sidearm from the front court. That was a great shot back down the left side.
Again, Fred, the left corner seems to be where all the action's at. Whoever can put the other person there seems to be in the best of shape.
Yeah, we've moved along here, and Rosemary scored a few more points. Excuse me, Peanut has, and it's now 10 serving 1.
That's it, okay.
And that time the serve came out in the middle of the court, and Rosemary knew what to do with it. It's a nice pass down the left. See if she can get something going here. She's going back to her low serve. It's a nice return, but a little bit too tough to handle off that glass side wall.
Seems like the glasses really have an effect on the men's and the women's singles here. And the person scoring the points is really working the glass side.
Same thing.
Let's go, let's go.
Fred, do you think in the near future we'll see women using the same ball that the men use?
Well, I know there's a big controversy in women's handball right now of whether to stay with the family ball or go more towards the hard ball. I think you're going to see some hard ball tournaments in the next year or so, and see what type of response these tournaments bring out from the women. I think that will eventually determine whether or not the top players end up playing with the hard ball.
Okay, come on, get it back.
What's your feelings on the issue?
And I think the women should play with whichever ball that they like and feel comfortable with. I think it's important to promote the sport amongst the women.
Come on, let's go, Bellini.
And the
get it
family
back.
ball so far has been, the main force in women picking the game up. Peanut has taken charge of this game, and we're now at 18 serving one. There's another Z serve that's a little bit too tough to handle. 19 serving one.
Okay, come on, let's go.
And there's Peanut missing the back wall setup. I'm just wondering how much of an effect the match yesterday with Leanne Tyson that Rosemary had has on this match today. You know, it went to, I think it was an 11-10 tiebreaker.
Yeah, I definitely think from our own experiences in matches before the semis or a final match, depending on what you had to put into it, it's definitely a factor. I don't care who you are.
That's it, okay. Come on,
And there's side out.
start shooting.
Got one serving 19. We need some more of that.
Come on,
This
serve it.
point,
Let's go.
2 serves 19. Screen serve. It's another point. 3 serving 19. Two bounces, good call.
Well, it seems like it's a little late, but you never know, Fred. Maybe she can make a run at it.
Well, maybe she can build up some momentum to start the second game, which is all important. And there's a hinder ball. Still 4 serving 19.
Let's go.
Whoops. There's a mental error on Rosemary's part. Pretty disgusted with herself right now. 19 serving 4. Boy, she ripped that pass shot.
I wish I had that in my arsenal.
Come on, get aggressive.
I don't hit like that. I need that pass shot, that V.
Game point serving 4. It's first game. 21 serving 4.
Very impressive match by Motal over Bellini. Very tough. Never let her in the game, Fred.
Yeah, Rosemary is hitting a lot of shots flat-footed. Again, I think she might be a little bit burnt out from yesterday. I think she's going to have to get a little bit more aggressive, start moving her feet and getting in position so that she can hit those good overhand drives and sidearm drives that she's noted for. She's going to have to make a better effort this game to get the ball out of that left-hand corner. That's going to be the key.
Peanut has very good court coverage. She seems to be in pretty good position all the time and gets around the court very well.
And she has a good understanding of the game and where the ball is at any given point in time. She's moving real well. Just couldn't get behind that one. Got his side out. We're at 0, serving 0. Again, that right wall, a little bit too tough to handle for Rosemary.
Fred, what about this mesh on the glass? Does that seem to help the players and will make it easier for everyone to see, or is it still very difficult to play these glass
I think
courts?
it's very difficult to play. I think that the mesh helps a little bit. It's got the white dots, and you know, it's kind of, you're able to cover up some of the dark background, but you know, it's still not enough to the point where, you know, you're actually playing on a solid white wall.
Would you prefer to be on a solid glass or with this mesh? You find the mesh harder to play? Or?
No, I think it makes it a little bit easier. There's another great passing shot. Good return by Rosemary. Moves in. Another drive. Just driving that left hand. There's a setup. Great get. Handball. This is a good rally.
What I'm noticing here is Rosemary's getting her shot and taking it, and Peanut's able to retrieve it, which keeps her alive in the rally and makes it a longer match for Rosemary.
Yeah, she's just not able to convert enough of the setups where the flat kills that would end rallies. She goes to a lob down the glass.
No, not here. Regional. It's regional.
That's a hinder. Right hand corner, a little too tough to handle.
Come on. Don't give up, Bellini. Let's go.
Good deep pass. There's a good series of shots. You know, it seems that as we move along here with Rosemary leading 4 serving 1, the big difference here seems to be in their opposite hands. Peanut's just driving the ball with her left hand real smooth, and it seems like Rosemary's struggling much more in that left hand corner.
I have to agree with you, Fred. It seems that Peanut's able to keep the ball moving and driving with either side, and Rosemary's having a little trouble with some of the drives back to her left side.
There's an indication right there. It's a point for Peanut. We're at 2 serving 4. Tried a deep court kill from a stand-up position.
That's a sign of tired legs, and maybe that match before is really showing its effects about now.
Come on, get it
3
back.
serving 4.
Get it back, Bellini. Come on.
Good shot. It caught the crack in the deep left corner.
Okay, come on. Serve and shoot.
And 4 serving 3. It's a great left-handed return. She goes to the ceiling nice.
Oh, good try. Good try.
A little too tough for the Peanut to handle off that glass. 5 serving 3. And again, tough off that glass, 6 serving 3.
Well, Rosemary seems to be getting some momentum for herself. She wanted a screen on that one before.
Oh, great shot.
Yeah, her left hand's really come on, Fred. So far, right now, that's the difference.
Okay, get it back, Bellini. Let's go.
We'll see
Get
what
it back.
happens here. Hopefully, Rosemary will make some shots here and turn it around.
There's a point. Error off the return to serve, 4 serving 6. I don't think she misjudged that shot. Thought she'd have plenty of time to step up on it.
Fred, from watching so far in this finals match, a good ceiling shot will take you a long way, I believe. I think it does to a certain degree in the men's, but even more so in the women's competition.
Yeah, I think they definitely have difficulty, especially deep in the corners when the ball comes off the back wall.
Yeah, but the lightness of the ball makes it real difficult coming off because of the spin, and it's a lighter ball. It seems to drop real quickly.
Yeah.
It makes it difficult to convert any kind of shot out of it.
And there's an error, again, like we talked about, where it's 7 serving 5.
Come on, Bellini.
Rosemary's got good touch on her overhand serves. Really keep the ball back in the corners. Nice. That's a nice get. See what she does with this. Whoops. Big mistake there.
Come on, get it
Went
back.
for the sidewall, front wall. The ball came up a little bit too high. Needed to hit a deeper passing shot.
Come on, Dino.
Too tough to handle.
Bellini, come on.
You know, I personally, if I was Peanut, I'd stay in that high corner. You know, it's a matter of time, but keep working her. And Rosemary wants to get a lower shot, but if you can keep her up high, she's going to be struggling from the deep court. Peanut's going for her second national championship
Come on,
in
Bellini.
a
Come
row,
on,
right?
let's go.
Yeah. It's another error off of the left hand. 7 serving 7. Nice get. Oops. Good get. Oh! I think she rushed that shot a little bit. She's a little too quick. As we move along here, the score is now 14 serving 12, 12 serving 14. Rosemary serving. Nice get. Sidewall, front wall kill. She can shoot that shot from 3/4 very well.
Yeah, she's strong. She's got a real strong upper body, which enables her to shoot from a great distance on the court.
13 serving 14.
But I think women's handball has come a long way in the last few years. You can tell by these ladies here. They're really
Well, they rally
tremendous
so well.
defensive game.
They rally so well. Oops.
Nice coverage.
Oh, hey, nice volley, nice volley.
It's a nice long rally. I think we're looking for a timeout here pretty soon. We're at 14, serving 14.
All right.
That's her shot.
Way to go.
Well, we had a timeout, and then Peanut took over and scored a couple points, and now she's ahead, 16, serving 15. And another error. We'll have to return a serve.
Bellini, let's go. Get those. Let's go.
17, serving 15.
Gotta do it here.
She's keeping her deep, Fred. I like her strategy.
A little too tough to handle.
Come on, Bellini, let's go. Come on. Get aggressive here. Come on.
18, serving 15. Screen serve.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Oh, she went for the deep kill. Skipped it in. 19, serving 15, and we've got a timeout.
I think it's a good timeout, Fred. She looked like she was getting a little tired there. And Peanut was making a real nice, strong surge.
Well, she's got to be very careful now because there's only a couple more points, and she's got to get the serve back and can't afford to give too much away. Not the time to take chances. Going to have to keep the ball in play, wait for the good shot. And
Come on, Bellini.
there's another error, left-handed error off the return of serve.
Come on.
So we've got game and match point, 20, serving 15. Oh, back hitter.
Let's get. Some rally, Fred, here.
And there's an error.
Okay, come on, Bellini, let's go. Let's go.
Well, she had a couple chances to win the rally earlier, but kept the ball in play because her passing shots were a little too shallow. Here's Peanut taking a timeout, so we know this rally definitely had an effect on her. Let's see what Rosemary can do. We're at 15, serving 20. Oh, it's too bad she
Come on, get it
missed
back.
the sidewall
Get it back.
front
Come
wall
on,
kill
right
that
here,
time.
get it back, Bellini.
Gonna have to shake it off and get the serve back. 20, serving 15. Whoops. Good get. In the corner. 21, game and match. Peanut Motal wins her second USHA National Open Women's Championship.
I'm Fred Lewis, and we're here at the downtown YMCA in Houston, Texas, where we've just witnessed a very exciting championship match in the women's division. Right here, we've got the champion, Peanut Motal, who just won her second consecutive national women's title. and your thoughts on your victory.
I'm just pretty happy about it right now. I mean, whenever anybody can beat Rosemary, it's kind of like it's something. I mean, like Rosemary is like the Nadia Alvarado of handball, and I was just excited. I squeaked by this one.
Well, it looked like you got off to a very fast start today. You had your Z-serve working, and your ceiling shots were dying in the left-hand corner. It looked like you had real good control.
Well, the control was pretty good in the first game. The second game, I think Rosemary figured out what to do with the Z-serve, and she made it quite a lot tougher.
I want to ask Rosemary, it looked like you got off to a slow start today. You came back in the second game where you kind of got your rhythm going and started moving her around, getting her a little tired. What are your thoughts?
Well, the first game I felt a little lethargic, tired. I couldn't get myself going, and Peanut was playing excellent first game, and second game, it's a little bit different story. I'm notorious for slow starting anyway in all my matches, and the second game I got off to a little bit better start. And I was getting her shots back a little bit better, but it still wasn't quite enough. She was too tough for me today.
But I think you both played great. You're both tremendous representatives of women's handball. I know the fans out there would like to know what your thoughts are on the hardball-softball controversy. I know that both of you play hardball. First, Peanut, can you tell us how you trained for this tournament?
Well, this year I wasn't able to train quite as much as last year. However, playing 3 hours a day, doing weights, alternating with practicing, basically.
What do you prefer to play with, the hardball or softball?
I prefer playing with the hardball almost exclusively. I understand the advantages of the softball and the promotion for women's sports. However, I think the hardball is a little bit better game, a little quicker, more control with it.
Rosemary, how about your training? How'd it go this year?
Well, I didn't really train that much. I've had a lot of injuries the last several months, but next year I hope to train a lot harder for the Nationals. Each year it gets tougher and tougher, and next year Peanut's going to be the one beat.
Well, once again, congratulations to both of you. You're both great champions, and it's been a pleasure witnessing your play this year.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.